these buildings were built with volcanic rocks from this eruption. So the survivors of this eruption, they went to the northeast of this lake, and we have the first human groups in this valley, because this is a valley like Mexico City. You can see the mountains surrounding this place. It was very common cities in the middle of the valleys because they used to like a natural protection. At the beginning, the first people in this valley, they live in small villages. For a long, long time, were just villages with wooden houses. But they found something very important. One of the biggest obsidian minings in the American continent. You know obsidian, this black volcanic glass? This was one of the most valued products in Mesoamerica. And it was a flood here from this square. Part of the floor collapsed in here. And these archaeologists found a tunnel, a pre-Hispanic tunnel. I'm going to show you with this image. Look. Can you see the square? It's the tent here. Here's the entrance of the tunnel. It's 15 meters deep, and then it's all the way to the pyramid. So the tunnel finished underneath, not inside of the temple. At the end of the tunnel, they found ceramic, pottery, gold, jade, obsidian, turquoise, 10,000 seashells from the Caribbean Sea, some others from the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico. So from the three coasts, they brought some seashells, and they put some incrustations with the minerals on the top of the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, it's a cave. So in that cave, we have water. But around of the water, the Teotihuacans make a model of this valley. In a small model, they recreate all of the Teotihuacan Valley. When the Teotihuacans got into the tunnel with torches, the minerals on the top were shining like the stars. With this tunnel and all of these offerings, they tried to recreate the three levels of the Mesoamerican cosmovision: the underworld, the earth, and the sky. It's still active, this excavation. So we have more projects of excavations. Before of the pandemic, it was a very interesting excavation in front of the Sun Pyramid. Some archaeologists were working in a project. They were working in the Mayan neighborhood.
Steps are tight. For people with small feet, I think.
Small squares. This is the 2% corn, the grains of corn. So they're like a mixture of different gods, all of them related with fertility. Imagine the same decoration on the four sides, not only here in front. And originally, this temple was, have you been in here? The main avenue and the temple of the serpent was 150 years AD. But at the beginning of the explanation, I told you, so the first people in this valley were 100 or 200 years BC. So during the first centuries, in this valley were just wooden houses. So when they made the urbanistic design was 150 years AD. They built the Moon Pyramid, the main avenue, and the Temple of the Sun. In this first urbanistic design, it wasn't the Sun Temple. The Sun Pyramid was built more than 100 years later.
Take a picture.
Man, going down, it's no easy task. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little scared going down those steps. Going up, I ran out of breath. It's high altitude. Going down was fucking scary.
But this is one of my favorite. Because remember, the religions control these societies. They have public ceremonies in front of the big temples, on the top of the pyramids in big squares, but sometimes they have rituals or ceremonies inside of the houses, like in this domestic context, only for the people who live in this. On the bottom of this road, the remains of the plaza with the original red color. Can you see it? Red pigment. They get the pigments with plants, insects, and minerals. The main color here was red, but it depends on the surface, what kind of pigment they used. For example, when they painted textiles, they use the cochinilla. You know cochinilla? This is a plague in the prickly pear cactus. If you smash in some of this, you can see the red color. But they use this, and it's red, that bug, because this insect absorbs the carminic acid from the cactus. So just when they painted textiles, they use the cochinilla. Look at the temple. The sculptures, the stucco, and the pigment, it's original. This is one of the first houses in this area. 150 years later, a new family built this new house on the top of the first one. When this family living here, they knew that below were the houses of their own ancestors, but this part was closed. This was part of the house. But you can see when they built the new house, can you see the circles? Here in Teotihuacan, if you see circles with green color, it's a symbol of water or fertility.
Pyramid. So fucking huge. It's unbelievable. This shit is unreal how high that is and how big, how wide. Pause. That's amazing they built that shit. How? How, Sway? We can get the answers, Sway. Let's check it out. I think a hot air balloon landed here by accident. They're not allowed out here. Damn.
So you think this is confiscated?
Yes. Because they landed here.
Okay. They stayed on.
In Teotihuacan. Here in Teotihuacan, the original gods were gods related with the water.
The one at the entrance?
That one, you know, it was this god with the fertility, the Quetzalcóatl. In this one, it's called Sun Pyramid. But for the Teotihuacans, one element of the water, it has the male and the female part. All went to the top of the pyramids, much more than 8 centuries of this civilization, because during 8 centuries it was allowed only for the priest in some specific ceremonies to go up there. Now we have to protect the place. Teotihuacan, it's a World Heritage, it's a UNESCO site, so we have to protect this temple, okay? See you here, 1036.
Was it being damaged by people just walking up?
Yes, a lot.
All right, guys. Got some alone time with me. So they don't let you climb it anymore. They did before COVID, but I guess they had to stop because it was just getting damaged. And they're just like, fuck these people. We ain't doing that no more. Damn, I wish I could climb it. I'm not gonna lie, that shit looks big as fuck. I don't think I got the energy to climb it. I had trouble climbing the little fucking pyramid, so I don't know if I could even do that. The high elevation here is a mother effer. Jesus Christ. I mean, guys, how the fuck do you build this? You know how many rocks that is? You know how many rocks that is? Like, how the fuck, bro? Look at this shit. Holy shit, there's like these little stones put. Oh my god, what the fuck, bro? You have to see this in person. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, fun fact, Mexico City used to be a lake. I had no idea. Why would I? The guy was telling me they made a lot of mistakes during the excavations. A lot was damaged. They didn't know what the fuck they're doing. This motherfucker, look at this shit. Honestly, like, there's no way a camera can do this justice. Like, fucking thing is giant as a motherfucker. Amazing.
Is there gonna be a taxi to take us back?
No, the driver is gonna wait for us. And that's
Are you serious? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Houses in the lower level belong to these 4 generations, and then was built this one on the top. So here we have more houses like this on the top of this. So remember, these first houses were filled of rocks, and these first houses were the foundation of the new ones. They were on the top. But in different generations, for sure, all of these families belong to the most important families in Teotihuacan. For the location, we're right in front of the main square in the city, the pyramid of the main square. This one in specific belongs to
they will be absorbed and be
houses, we have these walls. First, this was restored, all of this on the top. And here you can see the original color. You can see the red pigment. I told you about the red color they use in American hematite. And here we have the symbols of water. So here, original was blue, looks in white, but here you can see the remains of the blue color. And then we have the waves. If you see waves in some of these murals with the peak all the way to the top, it's the supra world. With the peak it's below is the underworld. The conception of the Teotihuacan is like we live like in a circle, like in a planet. We're in the middle, and here below we have water, on the top we have water. That's why, for this explanation, when it's raining, the water came from the sky. That's why I told you, when they have the conception of the underworld, it's a place with water, fertility. It's not like the Christian idea, which is dark with fire, the devil. No. The underworld is a place with fertility. That's why we have the symbols of water everywhere. process to build the Moon Temple. Because the Moon Temple and the Aztec Temple were built exactly with the same technique. In different times, in different centuries, by different civilizations, but it's the same technique. When I say the same technique, I mean, at the beginning they built a small pyramid. When they have more power, they covered this first temple with a second layer, and then with a third, fourth, fifth, sixth. With every single pyramid, it was growing in volume, and it was higher. It's like, you know the Russian dolls, one inside of another one is bigger and bigger? It's something similar here. So here we have 6 pyramids inside of this one, 7 with the last layer. And we know about these layers because an archaeologist made a tunnel from the last layer to the first. That's why we know how many pyramids are inside. Do you remember the theories about the collapse of this city? The first one, probably people from the north of Mexico came here when they knew about the obsidian minings because it was a value product for all of them. The second theory, internal problems in the same Teotihuacan society. These families in the power fighting for the control of the city. But we know at the beginning of the collapse, it was a period of drought, it's not raining. If the main gods are related with the water and it's not raining, now the priests, they have like a problem of credibility. I don't think there was only one reason. For sure different things happened, but when Teotihuacan collapsed, something terrible happened in this place because they destroyed all of the altars on the top of the pyramids. They burned the city and they destroyed the stucco. Do you remember the plaster with the paintings? If they destroy these paintings, they want to finish with the history, with the identity of this place. Now the archaeological side is like the skeleton of the city. The skin was the stucco with all of these colors. And then when they found this place, they know like some rituals, it was considered like the city of the gods, and they make some, you know, ceremonies with human sacrifice, and they put some of the skeletons in the main avenue. Centuries later, when the Aztecs were growing as a big empire in Mexico City, eventually they found Teotihuacan, and it was a big surprise for them to see this city because this was bigger than the Aztec capital, but it was empty.
The Moon Pyramid, guys. The Moon Pyramid. Let's get up close to this biatch. Look, there's another pyramid there. They didn't even cave that one out yet. Might be gold in there. Or we just standing here like idiots. This guy's selling this shit. It's probably gold right there, bro. Go get that shit. So all these steps make that funny bird noise when you clap.